So at the end of the last session, we ended up with this little shape down here of a wall with sill, lintels, door frame, and window frame. What I didn't do last week was show you how I moved them. I moved them onto the different layers and then ordered the layers. But as you can see here, if I cut off everything, so there was the shape of the wall that we made. So that's a little line, and it's going to cut that. Next up, we have the door and the window frame cutouts, which is line again. Then we have the mortar pattern, a brick pattern, whichever you want to call it, and that's line again. And then we had the fill, which was the lintels and the sill. And that's the order that you'd want to print them, obviously. You'd want the fill done first, then the lines of the bricks, then the door and window cut out, and then finally the outline. And that would then cut out everything. But that hasn't got a texture on it at all. That's just the main building, the main wall. So if we move this off this work surface just now, what we're going to do is create a texture um, that will allow us to make it look as though the stone or brick or whatever has actually got some 3D feeling to it. And what I normally do is, if we just Control D to copy the brickwork, and then I'll move it down to 1010 as normal. Okay. Now, first of all, what I'm going to do is move that onto another layer. We'll do it in purple so it looks good. So there we go. Another layer of those bricks. And then you can ungroup all of these if you want to. But what we want to do, we'll ungroup them first. Then we'll click on the around it so that it looks like it's all one piece. But what we want to do is create one brick. That's all, just one single brick. So let's move these off here for a second. We'll create that brick that we did the last time, which is here. We'll pull that in. We'll shift it to 1010. Okay. Oh, try that again without creating a block. Okay. Now, if we ungroup it and then just pick the outline and delete that, then take this brick and move it to 1010. Now, there we have just one brick, all on its own, with the radius corners. Now, what we want to do is to get hold of a texture. So the texture we'll do is we'll import image 3 1.5, and we'll move it to turn. Yeah, so both apply the image to the mask to make it the one, and then same again and right and flatten the image. Select it, like array 24.1 and 28.1 shifted by a half. Okay. Okay. Now, if we select that and convert that to a bitmap, okay, and then click on the wall, Control D, and move it to 10. 10. Okay. Then we'll place that on layer 0. Okay. That's on 0. And click on the bitmap and move it to about 7.5 to give us an overlap of the bricks. Or 7.1 should be okay. And then we select both the wall and the bitmap, and we say apply the mask to the image. That's when it cuts it out. And then we need to add them together and flatten the image. So that now makes a mask there that we can actually use as the layer of bricks, of texture, I should say. We'll put that onto layer 9. Okay. So now you can see we've got two images. The original image we made before we flattened it and did everything else to it. We don't want that image anymore, so we won't show it and we won't output it. So you can't actually see it on the screen at the moment because the this image we have here as the texture it's going to give. Okay. That's basically it, really. The whole thing is now ready for printing off. We just add everything on top of one another to print things off. We have the right order here for it, apart from the image. We need to put that image that we created above the cut lines. So we just slide it up there. And that actually then gives us the right order in which we're going to see things made. So if I now put Control D and put that on top, turn, what happened there? Try that again. Turn, that's better. Turn. Okay, so that's the whole image there now. So all we do then is just print it off. I'm sorry that was a bit baffling that way. It should have been a lot easier than that, believe me.